Hey friends, it's Chelsea. So I just pulled into my local Goodwill Outlet parking lot and I'm getting ready to go inside. I have about 2 hours to look for items to flip for a potential profit. This is a great way for me to find low-cost items and hopefully be able to make a good return on my money. And plus, it's just so fun to dig and see what you might find when you're inside. So I hope you guys will stick around and I can't wait to share what I found. See you soon. Alright, so I'm all finished. I am actually back in a different car with my son. He's sleeping. I had to meet up with my husband, so we switched out. I ended up stopping by the drive-thru. I got myself a Starbucks pumpkin spice. It's actually a hot one because our weather here has finally changed. But I ended up spending about $60, 63 something I think, and I got 37 pounds. And I got quite a few items for that amount of money, and I was able to, it was a rush. There was just a lot of people. There were people running out because of the shoes and different things. So I didn't really get any footage inside. Maybe like a little bit. I found some really cool shoes I can't wait to show you. But I'm not a very aggressive person, so I am not the one that's running out to all the bins and different things like that. And I keep my cart with me just because I've heard stories about different Goodwills in the area where people have been taking items out of their cart. Specifically, Rebecca Allison shared a story recently, and we don't go to the same Goodwill Outlet, but still it's in my area. So when I find those things that I work hard to get, I want to keep them. But I am super excited to share some of the things that I got. There's some great items, great brands that I'll be able to definitely flip for a profit for that $1.79. I'm well in the green already. I know once I get those listed, it'll be a great return for what I spent the time and different things, so, and getting them all processed. So yeah, I got clothes and shoes. I didn't get a chance to look at hard goods since it was such a short, limited amount of time, but yeah, I can't wait to share with you. So hopefully I'll see you in the thrift haul. Hi again. It's been a few days since I went to the Goodwill Outlet and I'm ready to start processing what I got. I was able to take a few photographs of the shirts and dresses and random items that I got yesterday, which is exciting to see that process starting and being able to getting a return on my investment. I got a couple pairs of shoes, just 3 this time. I did have 4, but 1 was actually damaged, and sometimes I can't catch every single flaw when I'm in the store, even if I have more time. So I was a little disappointed about that, but I'm still excited for the other pairs that I was able to pick up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what I got. I'm excited to share with you. This is actually the find of the day. It is a pair of Tory Burch. I've only found her items one other time. It was a purse. I think these are called the Patty, but they're just so cute. There's a little bit of damage on the back, on the heel, but nothing I think that'll detract from it too much. I just saw the one and I saw that stitching and the logo, and I was like, I'm just gonna, hopefully I can find it and I'll keep my eye out for it. And I went around at least twice because the pairs aren't matched up very well. They're all discombobulated and thrown in there. And I was able to find both of them. So this alone hopefully should pay for my thrift haul, is the hope. I think I saw some listings in the $60 range, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, but there weren't very many listed, which that's a good thing, and there were a decent amount sold. So I'm excited to get those listed soon, and even though we're going into winter, I don't think it'll be a big issue. They'll sell eventually. So very excited about that find. This is a pair of men's shoes that I found. I don't know a whole lot about them. They're called Dimitri, made in Italy, which I think that's always a good sign whenever it's made overseas, I suppose, especially in Italy. But there's that logo there. And these are a larger size. They're a size 14. Sometimes that can also be beneficial. So yeah, they're leather. They don't seem to have a whole lot of wear. I saw one exact pair listed, and it did seem like it had a few watchers on it. And there's not much cleaning to do, maybe a little bit of scuffing up here, but I should be able to get those cleaned up and listed fairly fast, and hopefully they'll sell for me. These are very chunky, just distressed, super cool shoes. I think they might be work boots. I'm not 100% sure about this brand, but it's called GBX, and the soles just, they look nice, they're clean. It's a non-marking outsole is what it says. So there's a little bit of wear on the inside. I plan on cleaning the inside out with a vacuum. I've got like a handheld one, and just the laces are a little bit banged up. I'll see if I replace those or even worry about it, just disclose it. But they're leather upper, just kind of heavy. Yeah, these look very Y2K kind of. for sure. So I'm excited to get those listed. I saw some that were in the $40 range, so hopefully I'll be able to get that for those because they are a little bit heavier. But it's $1.79 at my Goodwill Outlet, which isn't too terrible, but when you have like 2 or 3 pounds, it can add up fairly quick. So now I'm going to go into the clothes that I got. These items I'm going to show you are ones that I've already photographed and started the process of getting listed. I'm hopeful to get these up on eBay and Instagram in the next few days or so. This is a t-shirt. It's Travis Scott. I don't know this artist. I don't always get to list many t-shirts, especially the cooler ones per se. There's a lot of people specifically at my Goodwill Outlet that look for those. So it's more or less just what I can find in the bin sometimes. I don't know this artist, but I know that they can sell well. Music shirts can sell well. So I went ahead and picked that up, and the comps for that artist looked good for what I could find. I couldn't find that specific shirt, but I'll do some more research and we'll see. I'll be happy. That hardly weighed anything. So if I'm able to make even $15 or more, hopefully on the more side, that'd be a great return for my time that I was there. This is a pair of J. Crew City Fit. They're size 10. And they've got the nice cargo, which I've heard, and zips. That's coming back in fashion, which is a strange thing to think that cargo pants are coming back, but supposedly those are in right now. So I picked these up. I didn't even look them up. I think they'll do well. J. Crew can sell fairly well. I'm able to find that. That's more of my bread and butter brands in Indiana here. We have a lot of those. We also have a lot of Banana Republic. Sometimes those can do well. I don't have as much experience with Banana Republic, but J. Crew is most always one that I'm going to pick up as long as it's in good condition. Unless it's heavy, then I'll look it up and maybe get a better idea, but they do seem to sell well for me. There's a following for that. This is one of my favorite brands I mentioned last time that I really enjoy, Eddie Bauer. This is a size medium jacket. I think it's more like a windbreaker type, but the detail on this is just super nice. Got the zips, and then it had even this side where there's buttons that you can do up or down depending on how you want it fit. And so I'm excited to get this one listed. I noticed when I got home I was missing one of like the little, I don't even know, like it was just like a little cap looking thing on the end on one side, and I was really bummed about it. But when I looked closer I realized it was just knotted on the bottom, and I'll show a picture of what it looked like before, but I just took it off, tied it into a knot on each side, and then I burnt the edges where they were a little bit loose, and I wouldn't even know. And I don't have to disclose that there's an issue wrong with that because I was able to fix it. I'm not the most crafty repair person, so I try not to pick up damaged items. So I was a little bummed when I saw it, but I felt so proud of myself that I was able to come up with a solution so that it wouldn't have to be listed as something wrong with it. So I'm excited to look up the comps on that one and get it listed, especially this type of weather that we're having now with it cooler. It should sell well. This is a plaid snap short sleeve, and the brand is Flag and Anthem. And of course, when you look things up at the bins, sometimes you're in a rush, things happen, and maybe you don't put in every single item specific thing, so the comps can look better sometimes when you're buying something and then you get home and do more research and you can feel a little bit disappointed. But this one looked good. They looked like they were selling consistently and for a decent amount for $20. I'm happy if I can go and get multiple items of clothing and sell them for $20 a piece. That is a great return for sure. So that didn't see any flaws with that one. Got photos, and hopefully it'll get listed soon. And I do like the snap. Those always seem to sell very well. This is a pair of Levi jeans. They're men's. They're distressed with the stitching. It's closed up, which is kind of nice. That way for men specifically, they don't always want their jeans very distressed. So it's nice when it looks that way, but not necessarily. And this is the 5'11", and it's a larger size with the 40 waist. So I got photos of those and can get them listed, and they were just in great condition. I didn't see any issues at all with them. So finding a nice pair of Levi's, that's also great. This shirt is the last of the items that I've gotten photographs of. It's a J. Jill, and it's a linen. Great thing. This is what I would consider a bread and butter item for me. It's great to find them at the bins. They sell consistently. Sometimes if it's a smaller size, it can sit for a minute, but since it's from the bins, I've hardly spent anything, especially something lightweight like that, like a tank top. So excited to have that listed, and it'll either sell in the spring, it might sell fast, who knows, but I'll have it ready for later in the warmer weather if so. And now these are items I have not yet listed. Straight from the car into the house. Another J. Jill. It's a pretty tank top, flowy, pretty buttons on it. Very nice. I could even bundle those. I think are they both size small? This is a small. I think this one was a small as well. So I could always bundle those if I was wanting to. I might list them individually. We'll see what they look like on comps whenever I get them listed. This is Jellycat. I have heard about Jellycat. I've never found a Jellycat. I know a lot of people, they love Jellycat. It's like a little blanket. It has this pineapple design on there. Very fun. And then this is what Jellycat looks like. I know they have more cuddlies, I guess, is what they, plush is what they are really known for, I think. So I'm not sure about this blanket, what it'll go for or what it'll be, or I don't know anything about it. So I just picked it up because I knew that Jellycat, and they can sell fairly well from what I understand. This is an LL Bean fleece, extra small. Fleeces though, time of year for them to sell. If I can sell this for $15, $20, I'm happy. It's just a nice zip fleece. And so people are looking for that with the colder weather coming. So nice item to grab. American Eagle. This is a size small. I was just throwing things in my cart when I was looking if I found it and looked like a cute style or brand. I went ahead and picked it up. So this is a really pretty green. It's got a fun cutout in the back, and it's got some smocking. So it's a size small, and of course there's that American Eagle tag. I thought it'd be great for the holidays. That's a pretty color, pretty winter color. So I grabbed that one. And as I said before, sometimes I like to pick up those fast items that draws in more of an audience to your store, and people can bundle things if it's on Poshmark. Or I could even try flipping it at a buy sell trade store, which I've not yet done, but I keep talking about it as if I will. I do it more for younger kids items. This is Catherine's. A good size, very pretty, great for holidays, great for general. It's a good size for sure with being a 3X, so lacy, really pretty, like that. Bread and butter brand, for sure. This is one of the first items that I found when I walked in the door, so I said that before, when I find something that's an exciting brand, when you walk in, it's like, yes, we're off to a good start. So I don't know anything about this. It's Urban Outfitters, just kind of a cool, athletic, vintagey style, big sleeves. This is really oversized for being an extra small. It's crazy. But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Vintage, just interesting. So pick that up. And sometimes when those items are extra small, if they're oversized, that's a great thing. Because then people that maybe were on the fence about getting an extra small, they might lean more toward getting it, because it'll fit them a little bit better than it would have originally, being so small. This is American Eagle jeans. I've heard skinnies going out. We'll try it. So these are highest rise jegging. I like when they have the style name on the inside. It's got some distressing on the knees, and there's that skinny straight style. So I figured I could take these in if I need to, but they're size 14. So being a larger size, I figured it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and grab that. And they're 14 short, so hey, there you go. We'll pick those up and get those listed soon. Or I did pick those up, and I'll get those listed. There's a lot of people that don't like selling LuLaRoe. I like LuLaRoe. I like some of their styles and their items. This is a sheer, pretty like kimono type thing. Paisley, just very colorful and quirky. And when someone loves, they know exactly how they fit on the size. It's an easy thing to list. And I'm not looking at the highest return, but if it's a short amount that I'm in there, I can just grab stuff I know is easy to list and is lightweight, and just pick it up and go ahead and bring it home and work on getting it listed. This was cool. This is so fun. This is the quirky stuff that I really enjoy listing. So kind of give you an idea of what it looks like peeping through. So this is kind of what it looks like. At first I worried it might be like a marching band thing. I don't think it is. It's just it's called Silver Mesa. I couldn't find anything about this when I tried to look it up. It is so cool, absolutely 80s, 90s, just super neat. There's a little bit of color discoloration here. I'll try, maybe I'll just leave it. I don't know if I'll mess with it being, I think it's a suede and just all kinds of fun stuff. But it looks nice for being as old as it is, and it's got that cool side button. Just maybe this could be in a movie, or I don't know. I love stuff like that when it's just absolutely vintage and really, really neat. I'm excited to pick it up and help someone find that and get a new home for it. This is Vigos. I've sold Vigos a couple times and it's nice. It has I think it had the style. So it's got the Chelsea boot cut. Boot cuts I know are in. It's got the thick stitching on it and very blingy pockets. And so it's more of that, I don't know, cowgirl, western. Those things do well for me when I sell them and find them, so we'll try those out. I got an IU tie for my husband. I tried sending him a picture of it and see if he wanted it, and he never messaged back, so I just picked it up. I'm pretty sure he'll wear that. He's a big fan. This is a Land's End dress. I think this is actually almost the same style as the other one that I had in my other video of when I picked it up in Bloomington. Just really cute. It has pockets, and then the faux, does it have pockets? It does not have pockets. Bummer. Does it? No. I keep getting fooled. It does not have pockets, but it has a good faux wrap in the front. I know some people like that style where it's a wrap. I like the floral. It's pretty, so I picked that up. These are a pair of Matilda Jane shorts, little girls. Very roughly cute, adorable. And then it's the 435 is the on there. Size 8. These are teeny tiny. But Matilda Jane actually went out of business and they were sold to a company in Texas, if I understood that right whenever I looked it up. But I think their style is very cute and quirky and very, very, very fun. So if I see their stuff, I'm going to pick it up and pass it on, especially maybe with them being sold. Some of their other items might have more value to them since people are gonna want the original per se. We'll see how, if that is true or not with time, but I do like picking it up. I know that they're really cute and they can have a following. And they're lightweight most of the time too, if it's the smaller stuff. This is an Experiment brand. I have a lot of this. CJ Banks, Coldwater Creek. I have so much of that at my Goodwill. I have not sold very much of it because sometimes the profit just isn't very high. But I went ahead and picked this up. It's a jacket, a zip, lightweight, size large. I think one of them is a 1X. This is the 1X one. I have one more. They were pretty close to each other. So I've not sold that before. We'll try it out and see how it does. With me having two of them, maybe someone will bundle it, but they're nice lightweight jackets. Just, yeah, maybe it was a mistake, we'll see. But sometimes it doesn't hurt when you go to the bins to be able to pick things up like this that you wouldn't always maybe try. You can try it since your cost of goods is so low, and if it doesn't work, you can either put it on a really low sale or auction it, or just you'll still be able to move it. But it's good to try things out, and that way you know. This was such a fun find. I have never found anything like this, but it is a vintage swimsuit. Super vintage. Like, this has to be 40s or 50s. But the brand is on the inside. Let me find it. It's a little bit different. Here it is. So, Cole and then Peck and Peck. The detail on this is just phenomenal. It's not in the most perfect condition, but it's fairly well for how old it is. There's some smocking right here. The zips on here are just so cool, and it flips over after you zip it, and then it has it's got plastic in the bodice area to make sure everything keeps its shape. I think this is gorgeous for sure. I think I noticed some staining on the front maybe. But just the detail is so, so pretty. That slit up there. Yeah, I thought this was so fun. I'm excited to get it listed. I'll try and do more research and figure out more about it. But I know things like this, just pin-up style. Here's there's some yellowing and different things. I thought about trying to soak it in OxyClean. I don't know. it wouldn't hurt, I guess. I'll research and see if there's anything that can cause issues with doing that and let it air dry. But it's really cool. I know that kind of rockabilly pinup style, just stuff like that can do really well. So that's fun. That was a cool find. I found it in the same bin as that 80s style button military style colorful jacket that I showed earlier. So I was hoping I would find more things in those bins that were like that, but those were the only two that I found worth taking home. This was the one that I found right at the end. It's a Nike. Nike sells well. I mean, I think it's another bread and butter brand for me, XL. I do think that it's monogrammed here. There's some, I'll have to wash it. It looks like there's some staining there, but I think maybe that's like a military logo, like the engineer corps. I am not 100% sure, but if there's something that's logoed, as long as it's a popular logo, that's not a detriment. I've gotten things before that I've had listed that were logoed and been able to sell them with golf shirts or different things. I just look it up and try and see if I can find out more about that place or whatever business it is and see if it's very popular or not. But it's just a nice zip jacket. This was a pair of work pants, and I feel like I had never found this. They're joggers kind of style. I don't think I've ever found Vince, but maybe I have. I know I've seen Vince Camuto, and I don't think that one's great for reselling, but this is just the brand Vince. And I was watching Nifty Nook Thrift. She's also in Indiana, and she was mentioning some Vince items that she sold for a decent profit. So I was like, I need to keep my eye out for that. Maybe I've just been passing it over like the Soma and not even thinking about it. But these are super nice, just great detail, really pretty color. We'll see how those go. I didn't see any issues whenever I was at the bins. We'll see whenever I go to list them. But that was another thing right at the end where it's so hard when you're trying to leave and you find things and you're like, oh man, I could just keep looking. But I did so well. I was proud of myself for keeping to a schedule. This is Janie and Jack. And I've seen Janie and Jack at the normal Goodwill before. I've not picked it up at the bins before. Really cute little romper for a little girl. Just adorable. And Nifty Nook Thrift, she also mentioned that she got a bunch of little children's, my pile's growing, children's Janie and Jack, and was able to flip that for a great amount considering how much it weighs. And so it just, stuff like that all day long. That was a good thing. These are a pair of Old Navy jeans, more of a basic item, but Old Navy can sell well. It's OG straight. I figured with them being straight and a larger size, I think they're size 14. I would try those. If they sell, great. If not, that's okay. They'll sell. It just depends on how much they'll sell for. But I didn't see any issues with them. Oh yeah, this is Land's End. The funny part of forgetting what you've picked up because you have the rush and you're hurrying and you get home and it's been a few days. So I love going through all my bins hauls. They're so fun, even the second time through. This is a Land's End puffer vest. Just really pretty. Neutral-ish, you know, being black and gray, and looks really warm. I don't know if there's a special fill on it. It might just be polyester. Yeah, it's just polyester, but people like their puffer vests. So my husband has one. He wears it all the time in the winter at home because I keep the thermostat down. All right, we'll see. That's gonna be somewhat distracting. Okay, what is this? Oh, this is a Chico's. I think I found this at the end too. Chico's can do great, a bread and butter brand, especially at the bins. I know the Hustle couple really enjoys selling them. This is a dress, very slinky, cute, tie back in the back at the upper part. So yeah, it's kind of longer, just great piece to pick up. And then I think this is the last one. So not too bad of a amount of items that I was able to get in such a short amount of time. This is cool. I found cool a couple times, very, very rarely. It had the emblem on the back. I've not seen a shirt like this, and I really debated picking it up. It's a burnout style. When I looked up comps, I found one just like it that had sold recently for about $20. I was really surprised. It feels like there's a little bit of surface wear, but I'll just disclose that. And it might just be the way that the fabric is. It's not distracting or anything, but it does have some surface wear. So even if it's $15, I think it should still sell. But Yeah, Cool's a great brand. That's not typical to find, I feel like, in Indiana, so I was excited to pick those up. But yeah, so these are the items that I was able to get, and it's such a thrill when you're able to go. I enjoy it. I mainly get to go once a month or so, however works with my husband's schedule, so that he can keep our boys. And then it's nice whenever you see people that are friendly and you're able to talk with them. There was a mom with a couple kids, two moms that had their kids there, and we were talking a little bit about how hard it can be to balance things sometimes, but it's nice to fit things in. And I always give my kudos to moms at the Goodwill Outlet or bins or anywhere thrifting with their children, because I know that that can be a lot to manage. All right, so that's all my items that I got. I'm glad if you stuck around with me for this long going through everything. It's so fun to be able to share the items that I picked up, and for you hopefully to realize that you don't need a lot of time if you are trying to resell. Even if it's just a few hours, you can typically find some fairly good things. I have a lot of bread and butter items that I sell, but then I like finding those quirky, fun, different things that I don't always find every time, which helps motivate me to want to go again. But thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please hit the thumbs up button and consider subscribing if you would like to have more content like this. So leave me a comment below on the shortest amount of time that you've been to your Goodwill Outlet or thrifting, or how long would you be at the Goodwill Outlet? Could you stay there all day, or are you more, I'd rather just go a few hours and pick things up and consistently do that? But yeah, if you enjoyed this, thanks. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.